Hello, foodie fans. Welcome to the Big Food Talk, produced by Tough Monkey Entertainment. I'm your host, Sal Conca. This show supports restaurants, chefs, and food pioneers with your help. Head to bigfoodtalk.com to make your donation today, or check out our fun apparel line with proceeds going directly to participating restaurants. Special thanks to the Long Island Food Council, Dine LI Facebook group, and Yelp Long Island for supporting this episode. Today's guest is Alfonso, the owner and chef of Funchos, a tacqueria located on the east end of Long Island for the last 20 years. We discuss his love of Peruvian food and how it led to some interesting menu items, but it's really all about improvising in the kitchen and having fun with the items like Frito Bandito and a special item just for our listeners. Alfonso, welcome to the Big Food Talk. So glad you could join us today. How's everything going out at Funchos?
Oh, it's going all right, not like everybody else, not expecting what was going on. Just ready finally to get out of the winter craziness of, tightening everything up and then getting ready to expand. But, went right back to really slow, work right now. So hanging in there.
You've been in business for 20 years. When did the business open?
May 2001.
People in the community must really know you and love you. I mean, if you've been there for that long, you've definitely a staple in the community out in Riverhead. How is that location like? What has the community in Riverhead been like?
Oh, they're great. Nice, awesome blue collar community. They, I see people and you just see them like buy a burrito or something like that, like by what they usually order, like a pate pollo or a Tex-Mex with, chicken or Tex-Mex in a plate. That's how you see people, but everyone's amazing. Great community here.
So you've been there that long. Everybody's got their standard regular orders.
Oh, all the time. Yeah. And then might see them out sometimes. And that's the first thing I see. I see them by like what they usually order.
That's awesome. That's great that you know your customers so well. So when you opened, what was the concept behind the menu? I mean, tacos, burritos, beer, but I'm sure you had a vision for the restaurant. What was your vision for the restaurant when you opened?
Well, I grew up with Latin food. I'm Peruvian. So my mom would make these amazing Peruvian meals that I just, loved. And I would just like be sitting there eating her food and being like, oh my gosh, this should be in a restaurant somewhere. Now back in the 70s and the 80s, there wasn't really that many Peruvian restaurants or, Spanish places. And the first place I went to, my first taco, I think, was when I was 14. A lot of people think like because you're Spanish that you've had tacos all your life. No, my first taco was like when I was 14, 15. My first real big like California, San Francisco burrito, like the ones over a pound, was when I was like 17. That's when it all hit, like all pieced it together. I was like, oh my God, I could kind of get my mom's recipes and food and put it all in a burrito and just boom. So that's how that grew up to like, once I had a burrito, that's what I wanted to do. And it kind of worked out like, so far it's been working out.
Yeah, that's great. I love that story. I love hearing the roots in the family and knowing that your mom cooked the food and, those flavors and how you kind of fuse things together. I mean, that's the beauty of food, right? Improvising with different flavors and bringing things together. So it's your menu, it's your concept. Do you have any formal culinary training or are you just an enthusiast that got involved in the restaurant biz?
Just enthusiast. I was always like, I was a waiter, bartender. I worked at Applebee's, Bennigan's, it was always a couple of places I was here and there. Not realizing, I kind of knew I wanted to do that, but not realizing that was what I really wanted to do. Like, if you have the love for the restaurant business, it's always there. It's in your blood. And it took me a little while to figure that out. I'm like, well, this is what I want to do. I can stay in the kitchen all day. I could, be here from like morning to night and the day just flies because it's just something about finding what you love and it's not like work, Of course, there's always things that's going to feel like work, but it's just, you just love it.
Of course. And I mean, for you, it's great to have that one singular thing that you love so much and you're so passionate about to be able to go into. I unfortunately don't have that problem. I'm scattered all over the place. I'm always doing too many things. My wife tells me I do too many things all the time. Hence starting this show in the midst of office. So, you've been around for 20 years. I'm sure the menu the day it opened compared to the menu today has got to be different. How has the menu evolved over the past 20 years?
Well, I've definitely the menu's gotten bigger. I feel like my menu now is almost like it's overwhelming now because I keep adding things, and usually I don't take anything away because everything does sell. So I keep like, all right, let me just add this and add that. Where you can almost there's so many items that you can get on my menu that I actually sometimes I think it's too much choice. I've added a couple of Peruvian dishes in the last couple of years. Now that I think they're just more daring to eat other kinds of food. Which I have a lomo saltado. I have a arroz con pollo, which is like a typical Latin meal, Latin food. Yeah, that's I just fish tacos. I didn't have fish tacos first probably 8 to 10 years, maybe 5 to 8 years, whatever. And there was this customer always saying, "Oh, you gotta have fish tacos. You have fish tacos." And I never had a fish taco. I had my fish taco one time after I opened like 8 years ago. After that, and I was like, "Wow, I have to have this." And I started selling fish tacos. Now, fish tacos are you can't buy enough fish to get the fish tacos. People just like love them.
Awesome. Yeah, that's my mom's favorite. Every time I take my mom out for tacos, actually, a local spot, I'm sure like Love Lane Kitchen out in
Oh
Matatuck.
yeah,
They
so
make a
awesome.
great fish taco as well, and so I think my mom had her first fish taco out there, and she loves it. So yeah, she's definitely a big item on the menu for you to have. Obviously, I saw some really interesting menu items like the Fritos Bandito. Like,
Oh yeah.
where did the concept for that come up from, and like how did you develop that recipe?
Oh man, that one they do at Texas rodeos. I've never been at Texas or rodeo, but like into that, you're messing around and you see this like Frito in a chili, and I'm like, oh, I have to have this. I have to sell this. And yeah, that is such a fun little one. It's a great little snack, and just the fact that you're eating that out of like a Frito bag is there's something with that.
That's so cool. Yeah, I would definitely be down for that. I love corn chips and I love Fritos. Like as a
Yeah.
kid, that was that salty corn.
Uh,
Yeah, Fritos are the
and then
best.
you throw the chili on it, and then that coolness of the sour cream, and then and then the cheese, and then you mix it up in that bag, and there's something with the foil bag, and you're eating it. That was good.
Yeah, right. It's just you can pick it up, take it as a snack, bring it out to the ball game, bring it to the park, bring it to a concert, like walk around town, like whatever you want, right? You just got it, grab and go. It's great. So I saw some other interesting things that I wouldn't have expected on your menu. What's with the hot dogs on the menu? How did that
Oh
end up
my
there?
gosh. I love to eat. So I was like, I had a hot dog and I wrapped it up in a flour tortilla. I'm like, let me deep fry this. And it came out. I'm like, oh man, this is like a big pigs in the blanket, but the whole thing. You just pick it up and eat it. Then it started with, all right, let's throw chili on that. And then it started with, all right, let's do a triple dog there where we get 3 hot dogs, fry them up, put chili over it, sour cream block, and a jalapeno popper. And yeah, that one sells well too. It's just, fun stuff.
Yeah, I was looking at the menu and I'm going Funchos, tacos, burritos, hot dogs. I said, "Wow, how could it possibly be?" I mean, it makes sense, and again, putting your twist on that hot dog makes a lot of sense. And for people that have been coming to you for a long time, I'm sure they love them. It's a great item on the menu. I'm dying to try it. I can't wait to get out there and give everything a taste.
That's awesome. Yeah, I also have like salchipapa. That's a Peruvian like street food kind of deal where you fry French fries, and then you slice up the hot dogs and you throw it on top, and then you put like mustard, ketchup, and mayo all over it, and then you just serve it like that. It's like a simple dish, but it's also a Peruvian dish that's been also selling. And just it's funny like dishes like that work out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I saw another interesting one. I kept finding all these little interesting nuggets on your menu as I was looking at it. There's a cauliflower pizzetta.
Oh yeah, the cauliflower crust. Oh man, that started. See, that's how the menu just keeps growing, and I just don't take anything away. Um, my food distributor at Majestic, he got these cauliflower crust, and he made me try it out. The crust is delicious. You can't really tell that it's cauliflower. And so then I started playing around with it, putting a roasted tomatillo sauce on it, and then putting mozzarella, and then just kind of like making it Mexican style. And now I have all of these like extra. Besides like having other options, I just made now a whole column of cauliflower crust pizzas that you could all different choices out of, like the the salsa roja, the tomatillo, and then you can go Mexican with chili and cheese on that. So that's just another option that you can come in and get.
That's so awesome. You know, this is exactly what I wanted. Like when I thought about the concept of the show and talking to chefs like yourself, I wanted to see how enthusiastic you guys are about the food. And clearly it's like, you know, you're satisfying all of your foodie passions by building the menu to what you like. And I love that.
Oh yeah. So much fun.
So in terms of food though, like being a foodie, and sounds like you love food, when you're not eating tacos, what are you craving? What are you going for?
Let's see. Oh man, I eat everything. Big on Greek, love Greek food. Let's see. I'll go for okay, let's say Greek, Thai, Italian, and then my mom's food all the time.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, of course. And well, mom's food is a given, right? That's
Yeah.
So any favorite restaurants that you love out in the area as well? Like you mentioned Thai food. Is there a really great
geez.
Thai place that you love out in Riverhead? Or
It's just actually a Korean place up that me and my girlfriend go to a lot. Oh my gosh, no, I'm bad at the names. It's in Stony Brook. It's Korean barbecue, but
Awesome.
they delicious. I think it's called, I'm not looking through my phone, but starts with an S. But oh yeah, that's one of our favorite places to go to.
Great. I'll look it up. I'll look up this. It's Korean barbecue in Stony Brook. I'll put the link in the show notes and we'll talk about, we could figure out what the name of the place is after, and I'll throw it in the show notes for everybody, just in case they want to check that out too. Hopefully they're open and doing takeout and thriving now as well.
I know. I hope so too.
So I know we talked about bringing like a menu item to our listeners here, something maybe a little different or off menu. What did you have prepared for our listeners today that they can get?
Oh, Untitled Burrito. This is it's basically a Peruvian stir fry with French fries and rice, and it's onions, sautéed onions, tomatoes. There's a little bit of soy sauce there. There's always like an Asian influence in Peruvian cooking. So has that, some green onions, steak, and then they put it over French fries and then rice, and then we wrap it up in a burrito. Actually, I throw some mozzarella cheese over it, and then wrap it up in a burrito, and it's pretty good.
Mozzarella
like my kids
cheese.
say, fire. Yeah.
That's I love it, man. I love it. Well, I'm Italian, so I throw mozzarella cheese on everything. I have an idea to do an Italian style burrito overall, but I haven't gotten a chance to put that out to the atmosphere yet. So
that's how it works, though. It starts working behind your head. You're like, do this and that, and then you get to it, and you're like, all right, let's do it.
Exactly. Well, for Super Bowl, I made Italian nachos for my friends. So we did nachos. I did crumbled Italian sausage with some tomato sauce. And I have this company called Big Blue's Onion Sauce. We put the caramelized spicy onions on top with mozzarella cheese, baked the whole thing in the oven, and everybody was eating Italian nachos for Super Bowl.
That's delicious. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a fun recipe to put together, and everybody seemed to like it. So that was good news.
That's the joy of it, though. When you see everyone else like their eyes pop open and they're like, wow, and that's like so much fun to do that.
Absolutely. And so I would imagine, being in business for 20 years, not everything is smooth sailing. And I know now we're dealing with the biggest struggle that everybody's ever seen or ever dealt with, and it's all of us. But in your business over the 20 years, was there any particular hurdles that you guys overcame to keep the business running or getting it going early on?
Well, you got to adjust and adapt to a lot of things, or you got to learn how to do a lot of things like plumbing, electrical, or just like if it's really quick and it's like a Friday or something, like it's packed out and you got to figure out, like something goes down, you're like, all right. And I always have tools in my truck, or, all right, we got to fix this really quick because we got to keep on going. So yeah, there's always hurdles, like little hurdles or fires that you have to put out really quick. And it's just not one thing. It could be a couple of things, you get through it, and, it works out. And at the end, you learn something, and you're like, oh, okay, that's how that worked.
Yeah, absolutely. I think any business owner at their core has to be a problem solver, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So no doubt about that. And so since this all happened, the current, I keep calling it the chaos that we're enduring right now, what what were your thoughts as this all happened and the restaurant had to be closed down? I mean, have you guys continued service undisrupted, or did you shut down for a while? Like, how did you guys pivot during this time?
Yeah, I was very thankful that I'm still allowed to be open. I feel so horrible for like a lot of people that are not open, or their places are closed down, or like the bigger restaurants that, you know, they survive on the you know, dining inside. So I'm very thankful that we're open. As it was actually, as I was finding out there was only going to be takeout, like, again, I had to adjust to like how we were going to do it without people coming in, and also making sure the staff is fine. So we ended up making a takeout window behind, and I put that in there, and now we're just doing like, because originally the building was, the kitchen was in here and you would do takeout through the window. So I was like, all right, we'll start doing that, and that's been working out.
That's awesome. Yeah. So takeout, and you're offering delivery as well?
Yep, through Grubhub, DoorDash, and now Uber too.
Okay. That's great. And what's the best way, like, for people if they want to get in touch with you to place an order? So obviously through the delivery apps, are there any other ways that they can keep in touch with you just in general and follow what your menus changes are and all that good stuff?
Oh yeah, either through the website or through Instagram. I think that finds out. I find that you could either message me through there or Instagram. Actually, that usually works out pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. Instagram seems to be the go-to these days for all the restaurants. I mean, that's how I saw you guys, and I think, you know, we connected as well through Instagram. So it's a great tool. And what is your Instagram, just at Funchos?
Yeah, at Funchos. You got it.
Okay, awesome. Al, this has been like a really great conversation. I really enjoyed talking with you because you're such a foodie like me. I'm sure we could probably talk about food for hours here. I know. So is there anything else that you just feel like you want people to know about you and your business, you know, that we didn't cover today?
No, you know, we're just supporting you guys. Like, they're supporting me, and they're great. And, you know, everyone just stay safe, and we'll get through this, and, you know, we'll learn a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you for your time. I know you're a busy guy. I know you got a business to run, and I wish you nothing but continued success. And I can't wait to try your food when all this gets back to the new normal, and or if I can get out there for takeout sooner than that.
Awesome.
I definitely will. So thanks for coming on the Big Food Talk, and we'll talk to you soon.
And thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for tuning in to the Big Food Talk, produced by Tough Monkey Entertainment. Subscribe on iTunes and wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes takes, or watch complete episodes on YouTube. Don't forget to make a donation at bigfoodtalk.com.